So on this week's edition of Freehling Finds, we're going to take a look at a great new children's play space on Herndon Street in Fredericksburg. So today we're here with Jody Vaughn, the owner of Fort Pure Play at 202 Herndon Street, close to the inn at the old Silk Mill. Jody recently opened the Fort, and it's a beautiful space, and we came by today to talk to Jody a little bit about what people can find at the Fort. So Jody, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Thanks for coming along. So we are a play space here in town in Fredericksburg. We're a place where kids just come and play. They sign up for a session. You can find our session times at fortpureplay.com.
Yeah.
So Fort is a play space with many open-ended, sensory-based play parts. Here, children can elaborate with their friends or by themselves and really use their imagination and kind of get into their flow of play.
It's great. And so you've been open since about October, and again, you said people go online, Fort Pure Play. You got a real great presence on Instagram that people can learn more about it.
Yes.
And what sort of age range do you tend to target?
Yeah, so generally we see kids 3 to 6 years old, and that's mainly because about that age there's just all kinds of magic happening. The imagination is really kicking in around 3 years old. They're starting to play collaboratively instead of individually, which is really cool in this space in particular because they can use all the materials and create kind of worlds and homes and zoos and all sorts of things. What we're finding though is that there are a lot of children in that 2 to 3 range that can also really enjoy this. So at first we thought 2 might be a little young. There are a lot of small sensory-based objects, but what we're finding is they're doing just fine, and the parents really are the best gauge of how their child is currently interacting with things, toys, materials. So we're really just trusting the parents to know that about their child and engage whether this is a great place for them to be and play.
We've got two beautiful levels of play space, and then you've got a very nice outdoor space as well. So it's just a really neat place, and encourage people to come check it out. And again, sign up first at Fort Pure Play. And Jody, you've got a background in this. Just tell us a little bit about your background that led to
this. I am a mom of 3 boys, which is like probably good enough background to understand play and how they love it and how it's their passion and their joy and basically their job. But I'm also a pediatric occupational therapist in my previous life, and I really just have a strong belief that play is kind of the occupation of childhood and the foundation for it. And I think in our opinion here at Fort, we are just wanting to provide more opportunities for that sort of joyful, open-ended, carefree play.
Right, and you mentioned flow, so tell us about how the space flows. There's a first floor, there's a second floor, and then there's an outdoor space. So.
Yeah, so when the children come in with their families, generally they start out in our first floor, obviously, and that's a lot of sensory-based play. So we have small world play within different mediums of sensory materials. So, and every 2 weeks it changes, so it's a little bit different for them, and that moment where they're kind of in wonder and it seems magical is really our hallmark here. I love that feeling of watching them see it for the first time and start interacting with the materials. And then when they come upstairs, whenever they want or not, it's up here, and we have just a lot of layered materials that are open-ended in nature, so children can kind of really get into that elaborative, cooperative play groove with the items that we have up here. And then outside, we have right now just a nice little tucked in green space with a thicket, which is a fort made of willow that's really special and beautiful. And we're hoping to build out the outside space this spring as another playroom, really, just more nature inspired, a little messier, mud kitchen and water tables out there.
Beautiful in here and very modern, and there's been great reviews obviously so far, and I know that this is a great new activity for Fredericksburg area children to enjoy. So,
well, thanks,
so thank
Bill.
you for bringing this to Fredericksburg.
Thanks for coming to check us out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Continued success to you.
Thank you.
That's it for this week's edition of Freehling Finds. Thank you for watching. Next week, we're going to take a look at 2 companies that recently expanded or relocated into downtown Fredericksburg.